Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd share with you 7 tips you should know when aiming on PUBG Xbox. Once you learn these tips and start using them in-game, you should start to see improvements in your aim and overall gunfight skills. So with all that being said, let's get started. For tip number 1, I'll be going over which muzzle attachments you should be using. The compensator, flash hider, and silencer are all good in different situations. But if you're looking to improve your aim, the compensator offers the most when trying to control recoil. The compensator reduces the overall recoil of the gun by 25%. So this attachment would be the best to use on your gun when you want to go full auto in those close range gunfights. Coming in second place for close range gunfights would be the flash hider. It reduces your overall recoil pattern by 10%. And finally, the last attachment you want to be using in close range gunfights is the suppressor. But funny enough, this is the attachment I see most of my teammates using. Don't get me wrong, this attachment is great for long distance single fire tapping, but for those close range gunfights where a good recoil pattern helps you win, you shouldn't be choosing the suppressor over a flash hider or a compensator. It will more than likely just end up getting you out-aimed by another player. Now on to tip number 2, I'll be teaching you how to lead your targets better. When aiming at far distance, most players don't know how to account for bullet velocity and distance. So I'll be using this clip to guide you through the basics. Alright, so the person I'm shooting at right now is about 300 meters away from me. So that means to even come close to getting a headshot or even just hitting him, I would have to aim 3 body molds in front of him. This is called the 1 to 100 rule. Let's say if I was 100 meters away from this guy, I would have to aim about 1 body mold in front of him in order to have a good chance of hitting him. The same 1 body mold to every 100 meters can be applied to any distance. The only thing you need to keep in mind is the weapon you're using when using this method. Different weapons have different bullet velocities, so this will affect how you should lead your targets. For the weapons with slower bullet velocities, you should be aiming a little bit more in front of the players when they're running. Here's the bullet velocities of all the weapons you'll be using at long range. Feel free to pause it so you can check out the different weapons' bullet velocities. The next thing I'll be covering is when you should aim down your sights or just soft aim. When I spectate my teammates, I usually see them use soft aim in situations they shouldn't. One of the only advantages soft aim has over aiming down sights is it's much faster to do. When you soft aim, the animation would be done much faster than if you were to aim down sights. These few milliseconds could prove to be very helpful if you're in a close range gunfight and you're looking to have the fastest reactions. Other than those certain close range gunfights, aiming down your sights should be your go-to in almost every other situation. If you're always soft aiming or over the shoulder aiming and find yourself rarely using aiming down sights unless it's really far away, most likely you're not going to improve your aim too much while playing this game. So if your habits are to soft aim whenever you get in a gunfight, try to switch it up to aiming down sights. Once you start doing this, you should start to see a lot of improvements with your aim. For tip number 4, I'll be covering different leaning methods. When I'm in a gunfight with another player, I can usually tell from his movement if he's skilled or not. One way to tell how good a player is at the game is to watch the way he leans. If you're very predictable when you lean, it gives the other players a very easy job of killing you. If you're slow to peek the other player, and the other player is already aiming down sights where he predicted you're going to be, more than likely, you're going to get shot first. If you start practicing unpredictable leaning and peeking strategies, then more than likely you're going to get faster and better at them. So that means you're going to get the shot off first and have a better chance of killing the other player. For tip number 5, I'm going to go over crouching when shooting. When crouching, the kick and recoil of your gun does go down. So in certain situations, you can utilize this to your advantage. I usually crouch, then shoot when the other player I'm looking at doesn't see me. By doing this, I won't rush my shots and I'll have an easier time controlling my recoil and taking the player out of the game quicker. I see a lot of players starting to shoot right when they see an enemy. If that other player doesn't see you, you're allowed to take your time. Make sure you line up your target and pray before you spray. By doing this, it will start to teach you to remain calm in a majority of your gunfight situations. My 6th tip is for those that don't know when to stop shooting. For the people that spray entire clips and have a hard time controlling it, I recommend you use a 5 to 10 bullet burst method. Your first 5 to 10 bullets when firing on an automatic weapon are your most predictable. And usually after those first 10 bullets, it gets pretty hard to control. So when you fire your entire clip and wonder where your aim went, it can sometimes be blamed on you not letting go of the trigger and readjusting your sights. Now for my final tip to improve your aim, I'm going to tell you to watch streams of pro players. By watching good streamers play the game, you can pick up on their movement, looting techniques, and other aspects of the game and apply them to how you play. I admit I do this all the time and continue to learn from other good players out there. So if you haven't started to do this yourself, go check out some streamers. And if you want to watch or play with me live, make sure to check out my Twitch channel. I've started to do subscriber squad games. Now to end this video off, a lot of people have been asking me what headset I use in game. So I'll be putting the links to both my headset and the control freaks I use in the description. So if you want to check them out, feel free to do so. Well guys, that's going to be it from me. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.